JSEAsy. Job safety, easy. In this demonstration, we are going to show you how to create a new site-specific safe work method statement, or SWMS, using existing templates step by step. To learn how to create a new SWMS template, watch the JSEAsy Demonstration 7, Creating a New SWMS Template. From the job form, click on Create New Site-Specific SWMS. You will need to select who initiated this SWMS. This would normally be the main person on site for this job or a supervisor. You will need to select a supervisor who will review this SWMS. You will need to select a manager or PCBU who will review and sign off on this SWMS. These are legislated requirements, so this is why you must populate these fields before you can go on. From there, you will need to enter a work description. This is one of the few exceptions to the rule, where you can either select a work description from the list or manually type one in. Click on Continue with SWMS creation. We now need to pick the people who will be doing the job for the sign-off list. Now, if you entered in all of your employees' licenses and qualifications when you entered them into JSEAsy, you have the option of appending them to the SWMS and have them come out on the report when you print it. If you want their details to come out, tick this box. If you don't, then don't tick the box. Once you have finished building the sign-off list, click on the View/Edit Process Steps to continue to the next stage. This is the area where we start to build in the steps of our site-specific SWMS. Now, we could do this by entering in new main process steps, sub-process steps, potential hazards, and hazard control measures individually. In this demonstration, we are going to use existing templates. To learn how to create new SWMS templates, watch the JSEAsy Demonstration 7, Create New SWMS Template. Let's get started. Click on Insert SWMS Template. This has now brought up a search box to enable you to search for the templates you want to use. Because in this instance the defaults have been set to construction for the industry type and plumbing for the industry specific, the first drop-down box list will display a list of all templates that apply to all trades or specifically plumbing. As we set our industry type to construction, the next drop-down list is a list of any template that applies to the construction industry. So whether this be joinery, roof tiling, general building, carpentry, concrete or concrete repair, all trades, landscaping, air conditioning and refrigeration. Any template that applies to the construction industry is in this list. You can scroll through the lists to find templates, or you can use keyword searches. The first box searches the selected industry type, in this case construction. The bottom box searches all industry types and specifics. If you are not sure what you are looking for, you are always better off to search all industries, as there is likely to be templates in other industries you can use. For example, a plumber could use templates from the transport or cleaning industry. To start our job, the first thing we will probably need to do is a site induction. Let's type the word site into the search box and then press Enter or click OK. This has now brought up a list of all the templates that have the word site in it. You can see acceptance of delivery to site for materials, acceptance of delivery to site for materials via crane truck. All these templates have the word site in them somewhere. What we are looking for is Site Orientation/Induction. Click on that when you find it, and it pops it into the search box. Click OK, and it puts it into our site-specific SWMS. You can now see that step number 1 is Site Orientation/Induction. The first sub-process step is to report to the client's reception. The potential hazard is entering a restricted area. The control measure is follow posted signs and go directly to reception. The next sub-process step is undertake a site induction. If we click on that, we can now see that the potential hazard associated, that is, unfamiliarity with emergency procedures. The control is listen and ensure you obtain information and site emergency and evacuation procedures. Unawareness of site-specific hazards. Again, the control is to listen and ensure you obtain information. Unawareness of restricted areas. Again, the control is to listen and ensure you obtain information. We are just talking about doing a site induction, so it's pretty simple and basic. The next step in our job will likely be to claim work area. The more you use JSEAsy, the more you will get to know what templates you want to use. If you know what templates you want to use, just start typing in the search box and it will come up. When it comes up, click OK and it will pop it into our site-specific SWMS. If you click in the line where it reads Claim Work Area, you will see the field highlight in green. This means the step is selected. Now you can see that the associated sub-process step is to access the site. The associated potential hazard is breaching minimum site PPE requirements. You can now also see the associated control measures. This template has also brought in the control measures of high-vis clothing must be worn, safety boots must be worn, and safety glasses must be worn or carried at all times whilst on site. If this is not the case for your job, you can simply delete an entry. In some cases, a particular site may have more requirements. Because breaching minimum PPE requirements is highlighted, we can insert additional control measures if we want to by using the drop-down list. A hard hat must be worn at all times whilst on site. Gloves must be worn or carried. Long sleeves and long pants must be worn at all times whilst on site. You can now see how you can customize the entries to suit your particular job. Now if we click on Breaching Site Rules or Requirements, we can see that this template has brought in 2 site rules for smoking and housekeeping. Similar to the previous hazard, if this site has more stringent rules, we can add additional controls like access to the site confirms compliance with the client's drug, alcohol and testing policy. Documented daily pre-starts must be completed before starting work. If we click on the next step, Establish a safe perimeter, we can see that the potential hazard is people entering work area. This template has brought in Controlled by Site Manager. Bunting or caution tape shall define the work area by providing a 3-metre barrier or denying access, whichever is more appropriate. This is a bit of a vague statement, but depending on where you are working, this may be adequate. However, if you are working in an area where there is public access or other trades working in the vicinity, this may not suffice. Once again, if we look in the drop-down list, we might have to bunt off the area. We might have to ensure a 10-metre exclusion zone. We might need to ensure that traffic control has been set up. We might need to install temporary fencing. So on this job, that is what we are going to do. So click on it and that pops it in. We then delete the other entry. Now, the next thing we will need to do is install some temporary fencing. Let's go back up to the top and click on Insert SWMS Template. Now, we need to look for a template. We could look for fence, we could look for temp. Let's do a keyword search and look for temp. Type in temp and click OK. Click on Installation of Temporary Fencing. Click OK and that inserts it into your SWMS. Now if we click in the line, we can see what is included in this template. Like before, the sub-process steps, hazards and controls have been brought in with the template, but you can modify any entry if you want to. We may have forgotten a step like getting to site. Go back to Insert SWMS Template. Let's look for Arrive. Click on Arrive at Domestic Site with Truck and Trailer and establish Unloading Area. In fact, that was probably the first thing we needed to do, so let's move it. Click on Move. Type in 1 and hit Enter. Now you can see that we have reordered our templates so that Arrive on Site is now the first step. Next, we need to unload our gear. Insert, type in Load. We are looking for Unload Skid Steer Loader from trailer using aluminium ramps. Click on that, and that inserts it into your SWMS. Again, if you click on the main process step, you can see the sub-process steps, hazards and controls that have been brought in with the template. Moving along, the next thing we need to do is dig a trench with an excavator. Insert SWMS Template and look for EXC. This has brought up a list of all templates with the letters EXC in them. Safety check and operation of excavator for trenching and excavations looks like what we want, so we'll click on that. Like before, click on the main process steps to review the sub-process steps, hazards and controls that have been brought in with the template. Pre-start inspections, boarding the machine, operating/travelling with or without a load, digging, load the truck, backing up. Okay, so now we need to grade some trenches. Insert template. Look for Grade. Clean trenches and setting by hand. Click OK. Now we need to put some pipe in the trench. Insert. We could search for pipe or PVC. Let's look for PVC. Installation of PVC pipe under plumbing. Click OK. That template has now been inserted into our SWMS. Continue the same process until all the steps you are going to take in the job has been inserted. We now need to check the PPE required for the job. The PPE shown here have been brought in with the different templates that we have inserted. You can add or delete any items that you want to. Select/Edit Duties and Qualifications. Here again, these items have been brought in with the templates that have been inserted. If you have inserted different templates from different trades, you will need to check here to make sure that any specific qualifications for that trade have not been brought in. If it has, you can delete it. You can also add in any other qualifications or experience required for the job. References have also been brought in with the templates. Legislation reference has automatically been brought in with the region you have selected when you set your job up. Duties and responsibilities, formal or specialised training, plant and equipment and inspections have also been brought in with the different templates that were inserted. When you are happy with all the entries, click Done to return to the job form. From here, we will go to Preview/Print the report to bring up a preview. You can use the toggle buttons at the bottom to scroll through the pages of the completed SWMS to review. Part 4 is a blank page for any site modifications you may need to make. You would manually write in this section if you get to site and need to modify your SWMS, because the nature of the job has changed for some reason. If you are happy with the content from here, you can print the completed SWMS. You can print to the printer of your choice to sign the hard copy, or print to PDF if you want to attach to an email. With this and any section in JSEAsy, if you are not sure what to do, click on the information icon and this will take you to the corresponding page in the Learn and Support section of the JSEAsy website for more information. Thanks for watching.